previous episode of Considering Unifii, we looked at accelerating success. In this presentation, Getting a Start, we are going to explore the principles of leverage. We will also explore how to duplicate your efforts and why we should not worry about keeping the billionaires happy.
Well, we would be excluding so many people that really need a hand, and so we needed to make sure that we didn't do that. So first thing I want to show you is this. The question, of course, on everyone's lips is, could Prosperity U and these strategies from the universal signal, could they actually help me catch up? Because in many cases, it's more catch up than
You froze up on us again, John, if you can hear me.
entertaining this idea of taking what you do need to. Apologies.
Yeah, John, one sec. Yeah, back up about 20 seconds.
No problem. Did you hear when I asked the question?
You just asked the question, and then we didn't get the answer.
No trouble. So what I was saying was when you stack the technology and the principles, the compounding, and the tools, the actual mechanism of this universal signal, wonderful things can happen. Okay, so let's dive right into this. Now here obviously is our very easy to get started with starting point. If you're going to do what I'm going to share with you in just a moment, and that is take advantage of a really cool reward bonus called the referral bonus, then you'd pay the extra $29 to position yourself to do so. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about it. All of this includes your first month of all products, and then you have ongoing subscription because all 4 of our products are continually updated on a daily basis, some are on a weekly basis. Okay, so let me dive right into this. We talked about compounding as a financial principle, and we've seen the power of it in the calculator so far. Well, there's another financial principle that we're using in this first referral bonus, and it's the principle of leverage. And so we're going to use exponential growth to leverage your ability, because most people only have a couple of hours a week that they maybe could spare. Everyone's using every hour of every day already. So I want to share with you this bonus. Now, what's interesting about it is you can see that there's 7 generations of depth here. So instead of sharing a platform or a program or a product one time and earning a one-time bonus, which is common within the industry, we decided to give that an opportunity to grow exponentially. So in other words, we needed to make sure that our members had a really legitimate opportunity of hitting larger monthly incomes, which is required within the industry these days. When I was just a kid getting started with my first home-based business, $20,000 per month benchmark was a really, really big deal. And it was what all our friends were striving to do. Today, in the digital era, because it's so much easier to get information out to people, that $20,000, believe it or not, has risen up to $100,000 a month. Anyone who has some significant experience in home-based business, they really want to hit as a target that $100,000 a month. Now, I'm not saying for a second that that needs to be on your goals list, but I just wanted you to understand as a company, we were aware of that, and we knew that we were going to have to pay a great deal because the cost of our product was only $279. So
John, could I just interject that matters to everyone here, even if you only want to make $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, because if they didn't have it built in to incentivize people like me who need to see at least 7 figures before we get excited and work, if they didn't have that, then you wouldn't have people like me and Shane and so many others here who are giving so much of our time and our energy to make sure you succeed. And the whole comp plan, I don't know how deep John's going to go into it, but I just want to really underscore it. I keep trying to get this message out. The comp plan is ingeniously designed to incentivize leaders to work with anybody, no matter how deep you are, to make sure you win if you want to win, whether that's $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. I'm working with people 15 levels down. I'm going to be doing Zoom calls. You're all invited. You know, your group's invited. I just got off the phone with somebody in Nigeria who's on this call, by the way. Hi, Sylvester, who Dakota referred. And I'm going to be working with him to build Nigeria. A lot of you guys don't realize the resources you have to tap into here in terms of that kind of help. You just got to work. You got to be consistent. You can't drop off after 2 months. The comp plan is designed to make sure that you have that kind of support. It's absolutely ingenious. So it matters that it has that built in, even if you don't have the big goal.
I appreciate you adding that. And so the way for us to create that opportunity for people that want big dog cash, that's not a real term, is we needed, as a company, we needed to give 70% back out to the field. So when the money comes in, most of it goes right back out again. And I'll show you exactly how that works in this bonus, because you can see this bonus is generated from the one-time $279, okay? And you'll see how much of that money goes right back out to the market. First thing that is important for you to understand, you can share this with as few or as many people as you like. Every person you share it with that joins through your own replicated site on your link will pay you $60. So that's over 20% of that initial sign-up amount, $60 of $279. But more than that, when they in turn do the same and recommend to someone and they earn $60, you're going to earn, whether you were involved in the process or not, you'll earn $20. And when that person recommends to one and they earn $60, this is getting further from you, but you continue to earn and continue and continue and continue and continue. So you can start to see where exponential growth and leverage is going to start working for you. Now, if you allow that to work for you, and then you double up again with compounding using one of the signals, you can see how this is a very aggressive fast track to getting you back to, or getting you ultimately to where you want to be. So I want to share a real world scenario with you so that this is not just numbers on a piece of paper, okay? I want you to imagine, and by the way, when we said the 70%, all you need to do is total 60 plus 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 30. That's $190. Every time 279 comes in, $190 goes right out, okay? So I want you to imagine that calculator and just a little 2 or 3 minute video that explains how to use it. And if you were to fire that short explanation and the calculator off to someone, how many people do you think that you would need to send the calculator to before 3 people came back to you and said, this is exactly what I've been looking for. This is what I need to get myself back on track. Now, some of you might say, oh, I could send it to 3 people and right away 3 would be interested. Others may be saying, well, I would probably have to send it to 20 people before I would find 3. And there's no wrong answer and there's no right answer. The common denominator, though, for the example I'm giving you is 3. And I would strongly encourage you to do just that. From your data, it could be from anyone. It could be from the next door neighbor. It could be from the person you see walking their dog in front of your house all the time. We give you, through a series of basic trainings, some wonderful conversation starters that very quickly lead to, hey, listen, I'm going to send you something to play with. I think it would really help you. And that's it.
John, you're referring to your Saturday calls when you say those trainings, right?
That's correct.
Really want to encourage people to plug into those. John has built enormous organizations time and time again globally and can help you very, very easily tap into doing what he's talking about here. So every Saturday he has those calls, and they'll find that where in the back office?
Yeah, the link is on their own site, right on the affiliate page.
Okay, excellent.
So I show you all the things that I've done wrong, so you can just not do them.
Perfect.
So in this scenario, I want to show you what happens if I was to build out the referral bonus in multiples of 3. So my only job was to select the 3 friends I want to work with. And then I would encourage you, believe it or not, I would actually encourage you to stop there and simply make sure your 3 friends do the same thing you did. Because your time is much better spent making sure a system is internalized and grow rather than you trying to make everything happen yourself. Make sense? It takes less of your time, and by teaching a simple system, you facilitate exponential growth. as opposed to being the one driving the bus all the time and trying to put hundreds of people into a model, and then none of them really know what they're doing. Okay? That's what I want to show you. So look at this exponential growth as this begins to happen. What is alarming is by sharing this with 3 friends, I've created $87,000 for myself. Now, there are 7 generations. Even if this took me 7 months, it took a full month for every single group in there to share with 3 friends. Even if that was the case, that's a pretty wonderful part-time business return. Now, where it becomes extraordinary is when you choose to take some of this and you start using the universal signal with this. So instead of starting at $500, you're using the house's money. You're playing with the casino's money, and you're throwing that into your wallet or your exchange and allowing the signals to do their job on $50,000 versus $500. Now you're all of a sudden having a dramatic shift in your quality of life. And all you've done is invested a few hours a week to share with 3 friends and allow that to grow exponentially. So this is why understanding these financial principles, when we say things about the secrets of the wealthy elite, we're not being silly. These are real mathematical principles that have worked for billionaires the time and time and time again, but they can work for everyone. They just don't get taught in school. And you don't learn them in university either. What you know what you learn in university, in finance, is dollar cost averaging. How you should keep pumping money into your mutual fund, whether the market's going up or the market's going down. And you know why you're being taught that? Is so that you can keep a liquid market for all the billionaires that know to pull their market out. You're being ripped off left, right, and center. So our job is to teach you how to not make those mistakes and allow yourself to get ahead.
So there you have it, getting a start. Now you know how to apply the principles of leverage and how doing so will duplicate your efforts. As for keeping billionaires happy, it's no longer your problem. In our next presentation, we will look at making a few people a lot of money. To find out more, click on the link below.